I'm live. Welcome everyone. Welcome back to Malt in the Eyes, a place where we melt away our insecurities. We melt away those deep insecurities, those deep pains that hold us back, that weigh us down from becoming the best, happiest, richest, sexiest versions of ourselves. And welcome you here again. And then we emerge as the happiest, best versions of ourselves after we melt away all the limitations. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm human. And I'm so happy to have you here. If you're watching this at night, I hope you had the best day ever. If you're watching this in the morning, I hope you have the best day ever. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me today. If it's your first time watching, please comment down below hashtag new here. Let's get right into it. Watch this when you're ready to let go of the need to self-sabotage. Because number one, self-sabotaging is a need. Everything that we do comes from needs that we have, right? So if you're self-sabotaging, part of you needs that. Part of you needs that for whatever reason. A part of you needs to that because maybe part of you doesn't believe that you're worthy of the next step you want to step into. Part of you doesn't believe that you are capable enough of actually handling certain things you feel you want to handle. But on some level, on a very deep level, there's a separation between the real you and the false you. Because the real you knows who you really are. It knows your real identity in God, in who you are. The real you knows all of that. And then the false you has believed lies that you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you're not gonna make it anywhere, nobody even likes what you're gonna do. And all the host of other limiting beliefs that exist in the world. I'm sure if we sit here, honestly speaking, I don't think 8 trillion years, I don't think infinity will be enough to list all of them. So let's not even try. So you're self-sabotaging because you have that need. And then today I want to ask you, are you ready to let go of the need to self-sabotage? Are you ready to let go of the need to self-sabotage? Because you want something, at the same time, you're running away from the very things that will get you to that thing. You are misaligned, right? You're misaligned. And as I'm saying this right now, I am speaking to myself in so many ways too. Yeah, because I've been showing up here for so long, yet I still find myself sabotaging this for me. How? You're not human. How? You show up every single day. Yes. But you don't see the behind the scenes, though, of a human who doesn't really want to show up, even though she has a powerful message to share. She doesn't really want to show up because the self sabotage, though. Because, you know, the version of me who has this vision of how grand this is to me. This is grand to me. All of you watching are absolutely mean everything to me. I'm so grateful you're here. But then there's the false me, the false human, who doesn't sometimes see the point of showing up here. And then she procrastinates and then she doesn't want to show up, right? But then thank God, because of the series, I made Shireen's Anyway series. You can watch the full series here on YouTube. Just go on my playlist. It's free. Binge watch the entire series, and I can promise you, no matter how bad your self sabotage gets, you're still gonna want to show up. So you're still going to be able to show up like I'm here today because that series changed how I feel about showing up without having to force myself, right? But my entire internal dialogue has completely shifted from creating that series for you. So check it out if you have issues showing up. But then that's not the issue here though. The issue here is, do we have to have all these internal battles every single time? Do we have to fight us, or do we have to constantly be struggling? Does the most simplest things have to be a struggle? I feel like when we live our lives, we tend to be in our bubbles. And let me explain a bit. We tend to feel like the things we struggle with are so unique to us. Can you relate to that? You feel like you're the only one struggling in the world in a particular issue. You feel like you're the only one. Even if you're the only one struggling in the world with this particular issue, I doubt that is the case. Highly doubt it. Highly. But even if you're the only one in this entire world at this time, I can guarantee you that there's been people who were on earth who had the exact same issue as you because there's nothing new under the sun. And you may be thinking, human, but real estate, but the new business venture I want to do. I want to get into this Airbnb business. I want to do this new thing. I want to start, I don't know, going to, I don't know, selling books online, things that didn't exist 100 years ago. So what you need is something new under the sun. This is new. It might seem new, But the thing is that what's happening inside is there's nothing new about that, my sister. Oh, my brother, if you're watching, there's nothing new about that. Ultimately, we feel like what we're going through is so unique to us. And it is. What we're going through is like a unique concoction to literally help us emerge as the better versions of ourselves. And everything we're going through, the specific challenges, that specific cocktail we're currently experiencing, is the exact recipe to help us shed certain things that we have to share to be able to move on to the next level. Right? However, everybody is in something. We're all in something. All of us are in something. Now, some of us are in something and we're literally laughing and are pleasant through it. And for me, I find myself in those moments. But today is one of those days where I wasn't in that space at all. And I was literally avoiding showing up today in ways that I'm not just very proud of. I wasn't scrolling. I wasn't scrolling. Um, I wasn't doing anything bad. I was just like distracting myself with something, I don't know, researching diets, things like that. But that was still a distraction though, because that was not what I was meant to do at that time, right? And you're thinking, man, I just feel like I am so bad because I'm here and I should have done more by now. I should have been further up by now. I shouldn't be dealing with the same things by now. And you're struggling to accept your reality, and you even think that your reality is less than another person's reality. Because that person seems to have overcome so many things in their lives and they're still standing, and you feel like this little thing that's in your life, this little thing, because it's big to you, so you don't call it little. This little thing that's in your life right now is so little, it is so tripping you up. And that is very toxic because I've shared before on my channel many times, even in my private spaces, that the worst thing you can do for yourself is to beat yourself up. That's the number. That's like if I had the 10 commandments, if I had the one commandment, I'll say never beat yourself up. Because it's absolutely pointless. I have a feeling that whenever you beat yourself up, you take 10,000 steps behind. And now all the efforts you've been building, all the work you've been doing, how pointless is that though? It all becomes so pointless. So we begin to feel like someone else's reality is more greater, more mightier, they're more resilient than us. And of course, we can all agree. We can say, okay, this person has been through a lot of a lot of difficult stuff, yet they've been able to really grow and rise to it. But my question is really comparing yourself to that. Is how is that really beneficial in your life right now? Not very beneficial, right? Because it doesn't change that you're still here right now. Right? Some people can look at that and they can find a way to say, oh, if they can go through that, I can also go through it too. But I feel like there are times when that doesn't just work. I feel like there's just times when comparing yourself. Oh, hi sis. I feel like there are times when comparing your path to somebody. It's so funny because my sister, her channel is called Ola's Path, and I was about to say the word path. That's funny. Anyways, I feel like there are times when comparing your path to someone else doesn't really work because we feel like, oh, she's been through so much. She's been able to do this. I should be able to overcome this too. But yet, you're not her. Hi, you're not her. So sitting here and actually comparing yourself to her and thinking that you're not doing the best with the resources you have, you're wasting time. You can actually be doing something with the resources that you do have. And today, as I was just like outside, something came to my mind, and I was like, what you're going through right now is real to you. What someone else is going through right now is real to them, right? So trying to measure, why are you building a scale of realness? I just came up with this. Stop building scales of realness. Stop it. Okay, you have a scale of realness, and then you want to put yourself here and put the other person here, and in the middle you write scale of realness. What is that? Stop building scales of realness, thinking, okay, what she's going through is more real than mine because hers look more painful. That's all a waste of time. Because ultimately, the only thing you have, the only thing you can actually change is what is real to you now. And the way to change that is no longer underestimate what is real to you now. If something is happening to you now, if something hurts, the first step is actually admit that this freaking hurts. Okay, pretending that you're fine and saying that and getting this skill of realness, saying that oh hers hurts more, so I should just shut up and be content. How is that really helping you? How is that really helping you? Not much, right? Because if you're anything like me, not much. Okay, it helps a little. There's space, there's time when that helps, but it can only go so far. Because the core issue that you're really facing is that you're struggling to see value in your reality. You're struggling to see value in what you've been through. You're not able to extract the lessons from what you've experienced. That's really what's hard, because you've gone through things, but yet you're not really able to extract the benefits from that. And then you now look at somebody else who was able to extract gold from the situation and compare yourself to them and say, oh, look at them, when right now you're wasting time when you could literally be extracting gold where you are right now. Because I'm sure you've heard this before, but you have to bloom where you're planted. And that sounds so cliche, but you know what I've found in my life? Cliche things can be very real. Hmm. People tell you, oh, working out, if you're really depressed, just work hard and eat healthy. That sounds very cliche, because the truth is that we know what we're supposed to do, but then being able to reconcile knowing what to do and actually doing what we know we're supposed to do, that is a whole journey. That is a whole, like, it's messy, it's real. So own your realness right now. Why are you in your journey right now? What is a real thing in your life you're supposed to own right now? Right now, if you're watching me in the replay, in the live, I want you to sit there and actually consider one thing that is real. Like a real thing right now that you're like, ouch, this hurts. What is your ouch right now? We all have an ouch factor, because I have plenty, but just pick just one. What is something that hurts right now that you've been pretending and telling yourself that, oh, actually it's okay, actually I'm fine. I want you to stop I'm fining yourself. Stop that. Stop creating the skill of illness and comparing your pain to somebody else's pain, because it's so useless. What is the one thing right now that really hurts you so much, that literally hurts you to the point that it wants to break you? Write it down and stop BSing yourself, thinking that you're fine, or it's not really a big deal because, I don't know, uh my ouch is thank you. I have to put that out there. My sister out here says her ouch is ouch. She said her ouch is ouching, and who can relate? Because we have those little ouch. We have the boo boos on our bodies, and we want to hide them. We think we think hiding them makes us stronger. Right? We live in a culture where the more you can hide your pains, the more you can pretend you're fine, the more mature you are. I just think that's absolute nonsense. Because how can you heal your wounds if you're hiding your wounds? How? When a child is hungry, do you ever see a child pretending to be strong, saying, Mommy, I'm so strong. I'm going to show my mom how much I can hold hunger? No, that child will cry until your ears fall off, as they should. Because it's like, eating is my right. So that rights you have right now in your life that you've not been claiming. I want you to declare in your life right now that I will claim my right today. I want you to, all of us, to just say right now, I am claiming my rights. And who do you claim those rights to? Of course, your creator, to God. Decide right now they're going to claim your right, because you want to be here like you're so strong. And the time has come for you to let go of that facade of trying to be so strong, of trying to just feel like you have it all figured out together. How is that helping you though? Wanting to always hold on to the steering wheel, to always be in control. Where has that control led you to? I know you're amazing. Everybody watching this, I know you're absolutely amazing. You've done amazing things in your life. I can't even fathom. However, aren't you tired? If you're tired, just say, I'm tired. It's okay to say you're tired. It's okay to want to rest. It's okay to want things to be easy. And sometimes that's okay. Because the first step in healing is awareness of saying that, hey, I have ouch. This hurts. I have a boo boo. I am hurt. When a child is hurt, even if he falls down, he's gonna go and see his mommy, his auntie, and say, "Ouch, I am hurt." And the adult will come and check him out and say, "Are you okay?" And that adult will give him or her a hug and love her. And that begins the step of healing. Because that child was not ashamed of their pain. But you want to stop self-sabotaging, but yet you're afraid of your pain. So how can you ever will heal? I can guarantee you in 20 years' time, you're gonna be hiding your boo-boos, thinking that you're so big, you should be above this. Yes, in 20 years' time, you're gonna be saying you should be above this, but it'll still be hurting. It'll still be hurting because you haven't even admitted it to yourself. Ouch, it hurts. So today, I want you to really take it very seriously and write down even 3 things that are really hurting right now. Now you're thinking, human, but what do I do when it hurts? What you do when it hurts? When you admit it to yourself that it hurts, cry if you want. If you want to scream into a pillow, scream into a pillow. That's healthy. Okay? But when you keep everything stuck up in you, you want to behave like you're this one strong thing, that makes you so sick. And that's the reason why you're here right now, because you know you're ready to let go of the self-sabotage. You're ready to actually face something that you've been hiding for so long. Self-sabotage is simply you, like, parts of you are not going the same direction. Okay, because the real you wants something, but the false you has not really aligned that decision yet. So do you really want to align that thing? Do you want to align the real you with the false you so that they can be going in the same direction and that can make your own life easier? Admit your ouch. Admit your ouch. And know that your pain is not a thing to be ashamed of, but your pain is the place that can show you the direction that you're meant to go in next. The things that pains you the most right now is where you're supposed to go to right now. Today, I find a whole different video, and I know I've been doing this for the past 2 weeks. I've been so random on this channel, and I said I was going to talk deeply about that today, but today is not the day because I have to be aligned with my emotions. I think I'll talk deeply about that tomorrow. But the point I'm trying to make is that today I had a whole different thing planned out for today. But my ouch with ouching, I struggle with self-sabotage in many ways. Like I told you today, I was researching diets. I was doing different research, and that was just me avoiding showing up on live today. I didn't want to come here today because my ouch was ouching. Okay, and yet I'm still here because, again, like I told you, I have a whole series called Shireen's Anyways. That series will make you bulletproof in showing up. So at this point in my life, no matter how much it sucks, I'm gonna show up, and I know that's gonna make me better, right? So if you feel like you're still struggling to show up, go on my playlist, go on my channel, my playlist, and then watch the Shireen's Anyways series. I can guarantee you, when you're done watching that whole series, you're going to show up, storm, no storm. You're gonna be that it girl who shows up, kind of like me. whatever. Okay, so I still showed up here today, but I feel like when you get to the point where you can show up no matter what, you know that there's more. There's more because you know that you weren't just meant to be average, just barely show up and functioning. This is why I created the God override. You're like, what does that even mean? Yes, God override. When computers malfunction, we give them to that mean, or when things don't work, we give them to people to the creator. Like, hey, fix this. You made this, right? Fix this. Be responsible. Yeah. we do that, and we see no shame in that. When a child is hurt, he goes to his mother, he goes to his father, and he says, fix me. He says, feed me, and there's no shame ever in that. So why are you ashamed to go to your God and say, God, fix me? And then say, God, put me back together. Gather me back together and heal me. So I make God override because I feel like we're meant to be returned to who we're originally made to be. Not just more resilient. You're thinking, oh, I should just be more resilient. Yes, okay. Being aware. Yes, she said she. I have it for this. She said she wants to be a part of the It Girls. Yes, we all get to be a part of the It Girls. It's all starts with the decision. Anyways, when you're able to own your pain and admit that you have this pain, you become like indestructible, in my opinion, because people will try to use your shame you feel around your pain to hurt you, to put you down, to ridicule you. But when you're like, people tell you, oh, you look at you have that boo boo, you're like, yeah, it's still healing. I have that boo boo. No, you can't walk past me. My boo boo is here. Thank you very much. Do you see how you're going to heal faster? The way you just had to pretend you wear big clothes and you hide your wounds and people just push past you, your wound is going to keep getting injured. And how can you heal in that situation? Because you want to pretend, you want to hide, you want to keep this facade. So it's time for us to allow God to override us, not to override us like we've ever known before. Because I've learned in my life that there are deeper layers of surrender. When I surrender something to God, I've learned that surrender was a joke, and I've learned that each season of my life, not just seasons, in each day, in each second, there are deeper layers of surrender. And I'd love for you to join me into the deepest layer of surrender I'm about to do in my entire life with you. God override. But we don't only surrender our boo to God, we surrender everything. We surrender everything to the atomic level, to the cellular level, and we allow God to take over. We're saying, I've been driving this ship for so long, and it's not been going the way I want. So I want to be returned to my original design. I want to be returned to who I was before the world told me who I was born to be. Or a girl should be like this, a girl should be serving. If you're African like me, there's a lot of nonsense. I don't know what it means to be a woman. Of course, my culture is absolutely amazing, and I'm so proud to be African, Cameroonian. I love that so much. But just like in every culture, it has its benefits. It also has its downfalls. No culture is altogether perfect, and mine is the same. So a lot of things of nonsense like, oh, women should be serving, and serving from a place that feels bad to them, serving from a place that does not really work for them in sometimes, and especially if you're raised as an African daughter, you're just raised to take a lot of things you're not meant to be taking sometimes. But I love my culture, like I'm saying. So But then when you do the God override, you begin to strip all those layers. You begin to strip all those layers of part of you felt you had to be. And you begin to just be more like you. You may be thinking, okay, so we have to work hard, right? No, it's actually the opposite. There's a thing of letting go and allowing God to walk towards you and it looks like you're doing nothing inside, but you're actually in a very deep layer of surrender. I believe if you came here today, it's because God is inviting you to a deeper layer of surrender. And I want to ask you, are you ready to join the deeper layer of surrender with me? Because I feel like I have been feeling the same call too. Because today I had a complete different topic in mind to talk about, but something told me I had to come and talk about this today because I was struggling with this today. And I said, you know what? What did they say? Face the ball face to face. I don't even know the saying. There's a saying that says you have to face it head on. Something along the lines of that. You get the point. I decided to face my fear head on today and come and say, hey, I have this boo boo. Okay, if you have boo-boos too, join me in God Override. It starts from August 7th to August 10th. And right now, it's a whole steal of $11. I'm talking transformation, deep cellular transformation. Override the spiral, override the fossil, override the layers that have been holding you back, and actually allowing God to return you to who you were before the entire world programming. Wouldn't that be nice? If you think you would like to experience that kind of a change in your life, if you feel the call in your heart, then maybe it's time for you to stop holding back. If you're ready to stop self sabotaging, then maybe it's time for you to join me. The link is down below. $11. On August 11th, the price becomes $811. I have a stutter. I'll say that again. $811. Yes. I said it right. Yes, amazing. So the price becomes $811 on August 11th. But for now, on August 10th, it's going to be $11. And why this is really cool is because this is my first live course. Talk about facing your boo-boos and facing your fears, right? I've done courses where I've recorded the course and put it in the dashboard, but now I'm doing my first live course, which means you can join me via a link and we can actually discuss face to face. Talk about depth, talk about transformation, talk about sharing, talk about sisterhood. All that for $11 right now for you, my sister. If you feel it's for you, you feel the call in your heart right now, what are you waiting for? Tell me right now, like, what do you need for you to let go of this layer that tells you that you can't? You go on YouTube, you just keep feeling like you have to fix yourself. And those people, they are good people and they have good intentions, but it always comes out as you are the problem. And I know you're like, I'm kind of the problem, right? I'm the common denominator here. Yes and no, because it's deeper than that. I'm not saying don't be responsible, don't take responsibility, but you being here right now, it's really you taking responsibility. So why do we have to beat a dead horse? Like, why do we have to beat you at your lowest? Why do you have to kick a person that is already down? I'm saying a person that is down, we don't have to kick you. I'm not saying you're down, but it's an area of your life where you feel like you're down, where you feel like you've just tried everything. You feel like everything's complete darkness, though. That is where you need an override the most. And it's time for you to stop hiding those boo boos. Even if you don't decide to join me in this course today, everything I've shared here today, if you feel it has changed your life in any way, like, share, comment, subscribe, because there's someone out there who might need to hear this. And if you know there's a person who will benefit from this course, from this transformation, share the link to them while it's still $11 right now, because if they watch it after August 11th, the price of 111 is still a massive steal because this course is going to be absolutely transformational. I'm talking thousands of dollars transformational for $111. So still is still. Either way, you get to win. And either way, I get to win too, because I believe that anything should be mutually beneficial here. Okay. I get to win, you get to win. You're like, how do I win? I'll tell you how I win. Because I believe that I was born to share from the valley, not from the mountaintop. There are amazing people out there, coaches, teachers who share from the mountaintop, who are like so up there and who are guiding you to meet them at the mountains like them. But I am in the valley with you. And I believe that every single time I come here and I share, every course I create transforms me in ways I couldn't even have imagined. So I'm convinced that this experience not only is my first life course, the scariest things I've done for me. I can't imagine how it will transform me. So if you want to watch me transform and watch you transform too, from us going from like caterpillars into the most beautiful butterflies ever. Not because being a caterpillar is wrong, but because the time has come for us to fly and become butterflies, right? When a caterpillar is fun, it's fun, right? But if you know you're ready to be a butterfly, I'm talking butterfly, rainbow wings, amazing life. I'm talking Next level joy, I'm talking letting go of deep layers of shame. I'm talking letting go of spirals. If you feel you just want more in your life, then you're ready to be a butterfly. But if you feel you still want to be a caterpillar because that life can be so much fun too, then go ahead and remain that way. Either way, the choice is yours, my sister. That sounded so down, but it's not down actually, because there are many places in our lives, and there are many areas of our lives where we still want to remain small, we still want to remain caterpillars, and we are enjoying it that way. Chances are the things that we sabotage is because part of us enjoy the toxicity we create. If you didn't enjoy it, you wouldn't be creating it, right? You keep getting yourself in toxic friendships, in toxic relationships. Part of you is actually enjoying all those patterns. You keep going into toxic jobs. Part of you is enjoying that patterns. Something else I will be stripping in God override is, why do you like toxicity? Why part of you is actually enjoying that? How about we return to who you were always born to be? The part of you who just wants to come here, glow, shine your light for the world to see. Okay, share your gifts with your community of people who you were born to serve. Have more fun. It doesn't mean life gets to be perfect from that moment, but it means that you get to have a whole different perspective. And if you've been here before, I've said this, that perspective is the one thing that will catapult you into a whole different world. Now imagine having a complete cellular perspective transformation. You will become a whole new person. You can literally be you can be waking up in the same house, but you're in a whole different universe. Because and an ego and a snail down can literally be in the same geographical location, but they're living in whole different worlds. A tiny bird and an eagle can be in the same cloud, in the same geographical location, but be in whole different worlds, because the eagle chooses to rise above the clouds. When it rains, they fly above the clouds, but the little birds are going to go and hide because they're not strong enough to face those winds. Not because they are bad, not because they are stupid, because they are not built for that. So if you're ready to honestly activate your next level DNA and become the eagle you were always born to be, I would love to see you in God Override. If you know you're ready, comment down below ready with 3 exclamation marks. Why 3? I just think it's more fun, whatever. You can put 5 if you want to. But if you know you're ready, just comment down below ready. We start August 7th, which is this very Thursday. And I'm so excited. And I just cannot wait to see how we're all going to shift and grow. I honestly see this course being a transformation. People who even joined after August 11, I see this course completely changing how we see ourselves, changing how we do things, changing how we show up in the world, and changing our perspective most importantly. So I really hope you're ready to own your little ouchies, your little boo-boos, and no longer hide them from the world. Not because you're weak, not because you're stupid, because you're aware that the first step of transformation is actually owning your pain, accepting that yes, I have a boo-boo, nothing to be ashamed of. But now that I know I have this boo-boo, I'm going to care for this boo-boo accordingly. I'm going to treat myself like the precious person that I am, because yes, we all are very precious. I'm going to love myself more deeply. I'm going to be more kind to myself, and maybe, just maybe, I will see you in God Override. That was a lot of writing today, but that was so much fun. And I can just feel so different because, again, every time I show up here and I face a big fear, I become a whole new person. I feel like I unlocked a different level in showing up here on live. I can just feel it. I don't know how, I can just feel it. Can you feel it too? Go watch my old videos and find out. So I think that'll be all. My sister Ola was here, and I want to just thank you so much for being here the entire time, sis. I want to thank you for being here the entire time. If you have any questions regarding this topic, I'd love for you to drop a question if you have a question regarding anything we shared today. If not, I think I'm gonna go now. Okay. So maybe there's no questions for me today. And I'm gonna go. I'll see you tomorrow. This was an amazing experience, and I hope you benefited from this. If you did, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow for an even better episode. I can guarantee you, every single day I get better. And I'm not just saying it. Actually, go watch my previous lives, and you can literally see me getting better in real time. Yes, I can prove it. Whatever. But that'll be all for today. Actually, let's make a human thumbnail moment. I'm gonna just smile. Okay, that'll be all. I will see you tomorrow. Bye, my loves.